Hey everyone, welcome back to the Quick Shifts channel. My name is Jason, and today we're going to talk about one of our very first mods to the 4Xe, and that is going to be our bullet point mounting brackets for our GoPro and for our cell phone in the Jeep that go here on the dash. So stick around as we get these installed. All right, so let's talk about what we got from Bullet Point Mounting. So what we have from Bullet Point Mounting Solutions is the two 4Xe stands that go on the dash. We carried over our arm, magnetic arm with the mag back connection here. And you get a metal plate that you can put either on your phone case or directly on the back of your phone. This allows you to snap this back on. So I get a lot of questions, does that really hold up? Well, I had this in the Gladiator. You guys watched a lot of that footage from the Gladiator, and it never once fell off. This thing sticks on there pretty darn good, and it also allows you to spin it any way you want. And with the adjustability of the arm, you can put it up, down, anywhere you want on there, and you tighten it up with these thumb screws here. And they also give you that little tool that kicks in there, that locks these, that helps you twist these tight to make sure that they're very secure. And I'll show you that once we have this installed in the car. But first, let's take a quick look of what we got going on here. This shouldn't take us long to install. The nice little kit comes with this in the bag. We'll take that out. Screwdriver, which you need to install this. And some screws to put it into the dash. And a nice little sticker that they include in the box there. So you get two of these. You get one for the passenger side. Take this out of the bag so you guys can take a look at it. So this has the mounting plate that will mount into the Jeep Wrangler's dash for these bullet point mountings. And again, the ball here that this will cinch onto. Open this up. And the ball shoots in there, and then you'll be able to position this however you'd like it within the vehicle, depending on what camera, what phone, and if you're shooting you or outside of the vehicle. And you just tighten this up and use the tool that's included to help you tighten this up, and you'll be good to go. So let's first go into the vehicle and take a look at that and how to get these mounted inside the Jeep itself. Real quick, and here's the other side. Identical for the most part. Get the stickers and the screws in there. However, the mounting plate is a little bit different for this side. Pull this out. You can see how these are each positioned to be on the two different sides of the vehicle. So let's go ahead, take a look at the dash, and see about getting these installed in there. All right, so let's grab one of these, and as you can see, also I wanted to point this out, it does have double-sided tape on the back, but if you use the screws, as you guys saw in the previous video where I did a similar install on the Gladiator, the screws will make this much more secure. And once you set this with the tape, you are going to want to let it set for, I don't know, a couple hours or so for the tape to set up, the glue on there to set. So let's grab one of these and hop over to the 4Xe. All right, so here's where we're going to be mounting them. There'll be one on this side and then one over on this side, right above the display there. So the first thing we're going to want to do is pull this rubber piece. You just grab it with your fingers. I want to pull that off and pull it out of the way. So for now, we'll just set it down out of the way, and we're going to take a look at what we're mounting to here. So as you're looking at that, you can see how this is needing to be positioned on one particular side based off this little triangle here. So with that gap there, we can see that this needs to be on this side. And what it'll do is it'll sit down in there, so you don't have to make any changes. You just set it down in there. You'll take the tape off the back and you'll run it down with the screws to hold it into place, and it'll set up in there. All right, so first we're going to do this left-hand side, and we're going to start by backing out this one bolt that was in there. Or should I say screw. So we've got this pulled out now. And so next, we'll take the mount and we're going to test fit this just using this screw. And that looks like everything's going to fit just nicely. So now I'm going to go ahead and back this out. And we're going to remove this backing on here, stick this into place, and run this screw in, and this screw, and this screw, using the screws that they provided for us. So we'll just peel this off the back. And make sure this is clean. If this is not clean, this is a brand new vehicle, so I just quickly dusted this out with a rag before I got the camera out here. So we're good to go. But if it's dirty, you've been off-roading, make sure you clean this all out so this adheres. Otherwise, you can get dirt and stuff in this and it won't stick to the dash like you want it to. So make sure you do clean that out before you put this in. Get this piece. This might be the hardest part of the install right here. There we go. Got that all pulled out. And there we go, that's bolted in with that screw and that adhesive, which that alone is probably going to hold that into place just fine. But to make sure it's not going anywhere, we're going to use a couple more of these screws that were supplied by BulletPoint for this BulletPoint mounting system. So we're going to put another one up here and then another one down here. Here's one, and here goes the other. I'm putting right into this hole here. Don't go crazy tight with these because they will just pull plastic through. You just want to snug them down. And now that's in there as snug as can be. And now we'll switch over and do the other side. So just like the other side, we're going to go ahead and back out this screw. Here we go. And then we're going to take them out, remove the double-sided tape, or the adhesive or seal covering the double-sided tape. And then we're going to take this and place it in there and replace this screw. To pull it back down into place. Again, don't go nuts with these, just snug it down. Make sure that's pushed in. And like we said before, make sure this is all cleaned out before you go doing this. And now it's in place. And I bet you that's really hard in there well enough to hold it in. But again, we got the extra bolts to make it extra secure, so we'll run those 2 screws in here to secure it down even further. And from there, it's not too bad to snug it down. Again, don't go crazy on these. Just snug them down. You're only screwing into plastic. So got that one down. And we'll start the second one here. That goes in this location right there. You could probably use a small drill if you wanted to get these started in. If you have a drill that you can fit in here. Kind of an awkward position. Once you got it started, just run it all the way in. All right. Now that we have those 2 installed, we're going to take this trim piece, the stock piece, and obviously it will no longer fit in here with these mounts in here. So we're going to do some fabrication here to these. We're going to trim them up just a bit so we can set this center part back in and still use that. Keep it looking nice and neat. All right, so we've got this set in here, and what we're going to do is kind of eyeball it and mark it with this, and then we'll try and measure and cut this out around this baseball here, and start on the side of caution and see where we get. All right, so just cut this square, well, sort of square out of here, and we'll see how this fits in. So obviously that's not entirely doing it there. We're gonna have to cut it back more around this space to make that fit in. So I think we're gonna try cutting it right up this line here and see if that gets it done. A pair of scissors also works great for this. So there we go. We got that straight cut. And would you know, look how well that fits in there, like it's meant to be. So there you guys go. Save you some time. You just want to cut these right up this line. So we'll cut this other side here the same way. Actually, with some scissors, it was even easier. So I'll try to show you guys this. Just grab some scissors, and I cut on the outside edge of it. Ta-da! Take this spare piece here. So now you have this goofy little piece. And if I screw this up, I'll just buy another one of these, but I think this is going to fit perfectly. Voila! Look at that, guys. It's almost like we knew what we were doing here. Fits in perfectly. So that's got both these bases mounted in here, just how we wanted them to be. Now I will show you how to mount these sticks onto here. This is very simple again. So if you buy the full kit, it will come with these. I had this from my previous kit, so all I had to do was buy these base mounts separately, and I'm reusing this bracket. Here's the tool that helps you tighten down these thumb screws. So you can see how this tool works. It goes on here, and you can tighten it and untighten it by gripping these, which helps you so you don't hurt your fingers while you're doing it. But this is pretty basic here. Obviously, squeeze it around the ball, position it however you'd like it here, depending on where you like having your phone or your camera mounted. But then you just tighten down these thumb screws, and when you have it exactly where you want it, you can use this tool to get it super tight. And as you can see, I'm shaking the whole dash just trying to move that. That's how good these are. That's why I highly recommend these. Go out and get your BulletPoint mounts. These things are amazing. I know they're not cheap, but they're worth the money, especially if you do videos, like to film where you're going, what you're doing, or even yourself as a YouTuber. You know, these things are awesome. Best mount out there for a Jeep that I've found. I'll adjust this down a little bit. I like to have mine down here. And we'll do the same thing over here with the GoPro mount. So again, here's the GoPro. You have to get the mount for your GoPro depending on what model you have. That goes on the top portion of it, and then you'll cinch it down with these thumb screws as well. So this goes on the same way. Get it positioned where you want it. And then you can use this tool to tighten it down again. They're not going anywhere. And there you go. There you have it. It's mounted on the dash, and you can see how the phone will fit. So there they are mounted onto the dash. And again, here's my phone case. And with that backing, you can see. So there's where my phone would be for me. Or you can turn it sideways, depending on how you like to have your phone mounted while you're driving. I generally have it mounted sideways this way, so you guys can see that there. And then if I'm shooting video, I'll move the whole arm and everything up a little bit so it's more hair so you can see outside of the vehicle. And my GoPro mount, depending on where I want that shooting, if I want it facing me, if I want it facing out, I can go ahead and set that up. So hopefully this is useful for you guys. If you guys want to see video footage while using the mount, most of my videos, if I'm driving, I'm using this mount. So the proof is in the pudding. It works really well. It works well with this camera, which is my iPhone that I use for most of my videos, and it works great for my GoPro. That's why I'm buying it a second time around. Proof is in the pudding, guys. If it works well, stick with it. Ain't broke, don't fix it. So hopefully this was useful for you guys. Again, highly recommend these BulletPoint mounting systems. You guys got to get this. It's great. It's the best mounting solution out there. You can see, you shake the whole vehicle around and it stays steady, and that's why I highly recommend these. The greatest mount out there, very worth the money. I paid for this out of my own pocket. I'm not being paid by BulletPoint. They didn't supply anything to me. Highly recommend this. Go out and get one of these. Well worth the money. Thanks for watching. Like, share, and subscribe. Comment down below any questions you have. Love to answer those. Love getting your feedback. Let me know what you liked about this video. Let me know what you didn't like about this video. It's your feedback that helps me get better and provide you guys the content that you want. So thanks for watching. Appreciate the comments in advance, and we'll catch you guys on the next one.